Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Govberg, and thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Lange Söhne Langematik Perpetual calendar in white gold. You can see this perpetual calendar on our website, govbergwatches.com. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and download our app, Govberg On Time, for the latest news, views, reviews, and multimedia of luxury watches. Now you can see on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. This is a perfect size for a contemporary dress watch for men. 38.5 millimeters across the round of the case, not including the crown. Because of the micro rotor movement, it's also very slim, 10.5 millimeters thick, and you can see the generously polished domed bezel, allowing it to easily slide under a dress cuff or a tight sleeve. Now from lug to lug, the watch is fairly compact, being only 47 millimeters from extremity to extremity, so 47. When combined with the sharp downward thrust of these lugs, gives the watch excellent compatibility with smaller wrist. 13.5 centimeters, 14 centimeters, that would be the lower limit, and that's a generous lower limit, where you could wear this watch with style and security on the wrist. Small wrists, this one's for you, but because the watch has such potent visual impact with that white gold case and black dial, it's really not going to get visually lost even on a huge wrist. And many say that the black dial white gold version actually has more visual punch than the silver dial platinum variant. Now the watch has impressive heft on the wrist. That's a quality you get from the white gold, but you also get fine details like a beautifully tapered, monotone stitched black alligator leather strap. Now it does have a very subtle taper as it moves away from the lugs, and that corresponds on the opposite side. Even the pin buckle is thoughtfully designed with a sensuously curved pin, and it's actually quite complex as a casting because it has facets and it has curves built in, beautifully polished. It also features a unique retaining bar inside that prevents the strap from getting pinned against the pin buckle to the point that on a smaller wrist or when tightly buckled, it becomes difficult to remove. Thoughtfully designed and thoughtfully engineered, this is Lange. And this is Lange. The dial of this watch expresses incredible balance. You can see every complication seems to have an equivalent that balances it out either vertically or horizontally. It's a gorgeous setup for a perpetual calendar, and it's very traditional, starting at the railroad-style sector minute track outboard. Moving in, you can see there's a little step to the hour track, and the beautiful applied white gold polished Roman numerals simply pop against that black base. It is a matte black to allow the polish of the white gold to contrast to the ultimate. And the bottom line is that there's tremendous contrast thematically as well. As you can see, the 122.6 year moon phase, that is, it can go 122.6 years without adjustment, just beneath the seconds subdial. So you have the smallest unit of time and the broadest unit of time superimposed on a single subdial. That's what I mean by contrast. That's what I mean by juxtaposition. Clever engineering and thoughtful design. Now, other aspects include the gorgeous framed giant date or outsized date, the panorama datum that defines the Lange brand. High contrast with black on white print. There's also a gorgeous white gold polished frame around it. And in fact, you can view this watch in low or no light thanks to light luminescent elements, and you can see them to best effect on those gorgeous white gold alpha hands at center. Now on the back, you can see the Saxo matte caliber that really defines the second part of this watch's story. Originally developed in 1992, having an automatic in the line was part of the original vision for the Lange company, but automatic Lange watches just aren't common, and the Saxo matte is the flagship automatic caliber. You can see what's known as the 3/4 rotor, and it's in the same plane as the bridges. So unlike a center rotor, which sits above the bridges, this one doesn't add any thickness to the watch, allowing this complex calendar with automatic to be exceptionally slim in profile. Now what's special about this one is that it features an ultra-high efficiency and ultra-dense platinum winding mass at the outer circumference of the rotor itself. So if you can have a smaller rotor, Lange reasons you should have a more dense winding mass. That is not universal in watchmaking. Many will use a tungsten or a gold mass, even on a micro rotor. Lange goes the extra mile. Now the watch operates at 3 Hertz, so 21,600 vibrations per hour. You can see the balance beating away at that rate, and it's underneath a gorgeous hand-engraved balance cock. There's a swan's neck regulator atop it that is black polished polished, the highest optical standard of polish. You can see the same treatment on the cap of the escape wheel cock. Now, all of the bridges are made of German silver, which is in fact a nickel-copper alloy, and it's the copper that gives those bridges completely untreated. They're sort of golden hue. Now, you can see the Glashütte stripes. We're in Saxony now, so they're not Geneva waves. And you can see the beautiful oxidized blue screws, as well as a tight and even perlage, which you can see to best effect in the track of the microrotor, but also underneath the balance cock. Now, it is a complex movement with 43 jewels and 478 parts, and it's got more than a few tricks up its sleeve, not just a perpetual calendar. If you look at the second subdial at 6 o'clock, it features a very clever hacking and synchronization system. Now, you see I pull the crown, I stop the balance, and I precisely reset the second's hand to the index at 12. Now I can synchronize this complex calendar, this perpetual calendar, to the smallest unit of measurable time. You can see this remarkable Lange Söhne Langematik Perpetual calendar in white gold and buy it on our website, govbergwatches.com.